back to the CBD Ed Show.
Hey, welcome back. Let's talk meditation. Okay, we have the science now. Let's apply it. Let's go application. Let's tell everybody why and what, because I know we're going to do it, right? And I already know Kim's going to do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's start with a little, why should you use CBD oil for meditation? Because that is what started this relationship between Kim and I and Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And she has used it.
Yes.
And she has lots to share.
Yes.
I'm going to tell you what we discovered, and then she can speak on these topics. Increased ability to concentrate, stabilizes and improve your moods, decrease stress and anxiety, reduce pain and muscle soreness were the most common reasons. All right. And you can speak to any one of those. Yeah. Increased ability to concentrate, because this is really the conversation you brought to me.
Yes. So let me explain a little bit about meditation. One of the myths is I can't do it. I have too many thoughts. And every time I start talking about meditation, I clear this up. You're going to have 60 to 80,000 thoughts a day. You are not going to be able to clear your thoughts. So the point is, and you guys on the podcast can't see me, but imagine just like really close lines together, really close lines. And they're just frantic, like your monkey mind would be.
Yep.
And then when you meditate, you're going to start with that monkey mind and those thoughts. And then the point is that as you get into the meditation, you kind of sink into it. It's like a nice little roll into it that you create space between those thoughts.
Okay.
Now that space is just pure energy, pure consciousness, what we call the gap. You won't really know when you're in the gap because there's no thought, there's no, vocabulary. However, the point is to actually bring some of that back, that essence back into your daily life. So you're slowing down your thoughts.
Okay.
And the thoughts can be very, when you have a thought, you just go, thank you, and go away. Now I teach mantra meditation with a certain primordial sound.
Yeah.
And the reason that is because it's just a sound or vibration. And that sound or vibration, your intellect doesn't really need to know what it means. Although I kind of give a meaning to people just so that, your intellect is satisfied. But as you have a thought, you go back to your mantra. You go back to and you're saying this silent. You can say it out loud if you want to, but you go back to your mantra. So every time you have your thought, you just gently go back to your mantra, and you can recognize that thought for sure. So increased ability to concentrate basically creates that homeostasis and reduced inflammation and reduced anxiety in your daily life. Let me give you an example. Imagine that even if you do 5 minutes of meditation or 20 minutes of meditation, imagine that you stick your toe in the water. Okay. That's a 5-minute meditation or even a 1 minute. As you bring that toe back out for a little while, you're going to have that water on your toe, and then eventually it'll evaporate, but it sticks with you. Right. So when you do a longer meditation, or you get a little bit better at it with practice, and you create that space, and the more you go into quote unquote the gap, it's like diving into a pool and coming back out with all that water on you. And you can do it multiple times a day. Now, usually if you dive in the pool in the morning, it'll last until about 5 o'clock at night, and then you dive in again, and it'll help with the rest of the day. So you get more done. It's easier to concentrate. And the only way I can tell you to try this or to experience this is to try meditation.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was a great share.
Yeah. Yeah. So you just have to try it and stick with it.
Correct.
Because it's not going to come the way you think it should come the first time.
Correct.
Maybe even not, but you will gradually figure out how to move through it. Correct. Like I can do a meditation that if I'm listening to someone and they're talking to me like
guided.
I am here, I am present. Then I can stick with them that.
Sure.
But to do it by myself, that's tough.
So that's why it's the mantra meditation is so powerful. I'll be glad to teach you. And in the class that I'm developing, online class, I actually am giving the women a certain mantra, which I'm very excited about. And the mantra meditation it's silent, but it gives you something to come back to. So, but it creates a little bit more of that space.
Yeah.
Right? Now I'm partial to that. In my opinion, do any sort of meditation that you can.
Yeah.
If that's the only thing you can do, great, do it. But CBD, coming into CBD with the primordial sound meditation, may I share my first experience with
it?
Yes,
please.
Yes.
So I've been meditating for a long time. I usually meditate for at least 30 minutes.
Okay.
And it was about 30 minutes. At 20 minutes, inevitably, I kind of open up my eyes and I look at the clock and I'm like, because
Yeah.
even I am still a little agitated and I haven't felt that.
Okay.
So it's always at about 20, 21 minutes when I just go deep. Okay. And I go deep into, okay, I'm there, and I create more of I get goosebumps thinking about it. When I first tried the CBD, the Cannafyl CBD, I was surprised at how quickly I went into it. I don't remember what the time was because I was so relaxed. Now I took the CBD, waited 30 minutes, and then went into my mantra meditation. So thank you for that, because all that means is that just I have more Zen, more peace in my life for, that amount of time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's great.
And I love that share. And I had an idea that's where it would go to. And I know you did as well,
Yes.
because we both understood one thing. That was homeostasis.
Yeah.
That was neural homeostasis.
Yes.
So it prepared, you felt relaxed, but the reality was everything was modulated to put you in that state.
Yes.
And that was homeostasis. And I think that's exciting. And I think for somebody like you and I, Kim, this is helpful. This is helpful because it may shorten that learning curve to get back to being in control so that you can do meditation for, and get the benefits out of it instead of just working at learning how to do it.
Yes. And if you're not ready for mantra meditation, I would challenge you to just go on one of the apps and get nature sounds and just, observe your thoughts.
Okay.
Observe you can even just say Om over and over again, but try that with, taking the CBD with whether it's relax or the balance, whichever one you suggest, and see, and give it a good month and see what kind of results, and journal.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right. Well, we're all for journaling, and we're definitely all for trying to calm the mind.
Yes.
And it sounds like more like you control your mind and your thoughts, which sounds wonderful because it feels like, throughout the day, these thoughts just start popping up. And if they're already all there in the morning, can you control them a little bit so that they're not so prevalent in the day?
So it's not a matter of controlling, although that can get into a deeper practice. However, it's awareness.
Okay.
That space that I was talking about, when you get the space in between the thoughts, that brings awareness of, oh, I'm having this thought. It's not necessarily a good thought. How do I switch it around?
Gotcha.
Where when the monkey mind, there is no space for you to be aware of those crazy thoughts.
Right. Yeah.
And our thoughts are nuts.
Yeah. Oh no. I know.
All right. So she spoke on the increased ability to concentrate, that stabilizes and improves your mood, decreases your stress and anxiety. There is another piece here that CBD can help with, and that's reduce the pain and muscle soreness that might keep you from staying focused.
Yes.
All right. Some people cannot sit this long, or you might go into it with a pain.
Correct.
All right, and it could distract you. I'm sorry.
No, I'm distracting. Yeah, I'm like interrupting you because I'm so
No,
excited.
she's excited. I'm looking at him going, I don't, yeah. So anyway, yes, go ahead with that.
Again, another myth is that you have to, sit in lotus pose and be straight up. Listen, not everybody's got that. So we've got aches and pains and things that happen, especially as we age, or, accidents or whatnot. The one thing I always suggest to people is try and sit. Sit comfortably. At the Chopra Center, we teach just sit comfortably with your feet on the ground if you can.
Yep.
And because if you're uncomfortable, you're not going to do it. Right. Now, in meditation, aches and pains do come up because, again, you're creating that awareness of your body. You're going to feel your muscle twitches. You're going to feel this little ache, and you can be aware of it.
Yeah.
So if the CBD can help that and help you relax, again, why wouldn't you take it? Also, laying down is fine. If you want to do meditation laying down, I suggest being on the floor and not in bed. Bed is for two things. One is sleep. So
nicely put.
You're welcome. And so for sure, again, I'm a proponent of moving your body as well. So if the CBD can help with the portion of meditation for homeostasis and relaxation and being able to create that space and peace in your mind, which again will affect everything in the world, right? We're all one. Then if you then exercise, you've got the CBD to help with your muscle soreness and bring you back, or even just more flexibility.
Yeah. Yes. Well, that's why I use CBD, not only for anxiety and, getting through the day and mentally, but physically.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if I could sit for 20 minutes, but I could lay down. Yeah, I could lay down.
Just put a bolster under your head, lay down on the floor. It's very good to ground yourself, and bolster under your knees, a blanket.
Yeah.
and, just be aware and you could do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna share with you how to take CBD for meditation, and then you can certainly respond, Erin.
Mhm.
So taking CBD orally could either be tinctures or edibles. If you use a tincture, the onset is a little quicker, maybe 20 minutes. If you use edibles, you might have to move it to 45 minutes before your practice. You could also do the same, add it to your morning smoothie or tea. But again, be mindful, 45 minutes, anything that goes through digestive system, just use that as a general time. Just make it an hour so you don't miss an opportunity. And then other is topical. I think this is what we were last talking about, is topically dealing with things that might be sore or could be sore after sitting for a while. And that's just a topical application. Okay. And usually their onset is pretty quick.
Yeah.
So inside of 10 minutes before your meditation, you'd be fine.
Mm-hmm.
So
So basically
Yeah.
anything that's going to disrupt, it's going to take your mind away from what you're trying to do. Is that what you're saying?
Well put.